What's up, guys? Happy Friday. That's what's up. I know everybody is getting so excited that it is the weekend. I'm going to wait just a minute. I'm kind of apprehensive to do this live a little bit, but I think it's a necessity. So if you come in, drop an emoji, let me know you're in here so I know I can get started. What's up, Linda? What's up, girl? What's up, guys? Drop an emoji. Let me know where you're coming from. I'm a little apprehensive to do this live, so a little nervous. Got my blue hair up. Don't mind the hair. I've been at home all day, so basically, like,
you can do that.
Right. I got a notification that I have 150 new friends this month alone in March, and I'm just really excited about it. So I just want to. I know a lot of people are curious about what it is I do, what kind of person I am, where I come from, who the hell am I. I've been sending friend requests out. People have been requesting me. So like, I just want to go through and introduce myself to all of the new friends list. Tell me, you guys, hey. What's up, guys? What's up? Drop an emoji. So I was just going to go through and tell my story a little bit. And that's why I'm apprehensive, because I don't really like talking about myself too much. So let me know if I'm relatable. Let me know if you've been through the same kind of situations, and we'll get to know each other better. But so my name is Hope. You guys, my middle name is Ashley. My mom named me after a soap opera character. You guys remember Hope in, I can't remember, it might be Guided Light. I don't remember. Did you guys ever watch those soap operas? That's where I get my name anyway. So my mom named me that. I grew up in the mountains in Pennsylvania. My mom said I like picking flowers. I've always loved the outdoors. I've always loved the mountains. It's just where I come from. I have an older sister. She was really close to my mom, so they had like the female relationship, and I would hang out with my dad and his friends all the time with my brother. So I grew up hunting, fishing, camping, poor. Okay, poor. Anybody else in here grow up poor? Let me know. It gets interesting sometimes, you know. You see a lot of stuff, and you don't realize all of the things that you go through until you become an adult, you know. Because as a kid, we're kind of, you know, shielded. Our eyes are shielded. So anyway, I grew up in the mountains. I love hunting. We would go rattlesnake hunting. We would, you know, bear hunting, deer, turkey, all of that. I love shooting guns, bow. I can shoot compound bow and stuff. But then when I got into high school, I wanted to really like get away from the house, get away from home. I knew that I didn't want to stay in the little town up home. I come from a little town called Towanda, Pennsylvania, in the mountains up by New York. And I knew I didn't want to stay there because it's just a small town and a lot of people don't make it out. And a lot of people will just stay there the rest of their life. And that's just not me. Like, my mom always called me a bird, like, in a good way. She would say, you know, you're just going to spread your wings and go travel the world. What's up, Lizzie? Hey. What's up, girl? So, after, you know, high school started, I got into sports a lot more because I started working when I was 15. I worked at an ice cream shop. What age did you guys start working? That's right, boo. I work from home, so we'll get to that part. Did you guys ever, Will's in here, support, I love my boo. You guys ever work, how young were you guys when you started a job? Like, Will asked me earlier, and I was like 15, and that's really young, but like, that's just our society, right? 15, see? Lindsay started at 15 too, babe.
Oh, wow.
So that's about like the average age to start, right? 15, 16 years old. I started working at an ice cream shop. I just got a call one day from the owner because my sister had worked there, and she said, Hope, you know, you're Trisha's sister. If you want a job, you can come in today, start learning. And I was like, I'm there. And so my mom took me in there. I started learning right away and started work that day. You were 16, Linda was 17. Yeah, see, that's average. That's average, you guys. Kudos to y'all. Hard workers, young. 12-year-old in the coffee shop in New Zealand? What? Becca, that is awesome. What's up, New Zealand? I can't wait to come visit. We gotta talk, girl. She's from New Zealand here. She said she started working at 12 years old. That's crazy.
Oh, she's different.
Yeah, that is awesome. What do you do now, Becca? Let me know. So yeah, I started working at the coffee shop when I was, or not coffee shop. Look at you, Becca. You got me copying you. No, I was at an ice cream shop. And I started playing sports because I saved up and got a car, and really cheap car. So I got into cheerleading. I got into basketball and football cheerleading. I was into kickboxing. You can ask everybody. I would go after school. I would lift weights my last period of the day. And then after school, I would go from practice to practice because that's just, I wanted a way to do something different. And so, and I've always been big. I've always been the biggest girl around. I'm 5'10". I'm always the strongest one around, right? So then after high school, I was on the dance team for a semi-professional football team. Went to college down at Shippensburg University. Had no idea what the hell I wanted to, what's it called, babe? Graduate with.
Yeah, you get your degree.
I didn't know what I wanted to major in, you guys. I had no idea. And there's so many people like that today, right? Yes, like Scotland. Like Scotland's where it's at too. I want to go there too, Lindsay. So
Oh, St. Patrick's Day. That's dope.
yeah. So at college, I was miserable at first. I had no idea who anybody was. I didn't know what I was going to major in. I didn't have any friends at first. And I was walking along, and I happened to look over, and I saw all of these girls playing a game that looked like football, right? So I was like, well, I can do that, and that's a good way to meet people. So I just approached the field and was like, what the hell are you guys doing? This looks fun. I could do that. And because they were like tackling each other and stuff, running around the field with this ball. And they were like, it's rugby. And I was like, oh, I don't know what that is, but I'm big and I would be good at that, right? Because I'm strong. So I got on the girls' rugby team. I ended up taking a senior spot on the team, you guys. She was so mad at me. This girl hated me. So like every time we go to a party after that, because rugby players, they drink, right? They drink beer all the time. And as a new one coming in, they would make me do like the most terrible things. I took a senior spot on the team, and she would make me do this awful stuff. She just hated me, but I was better than her, so I didn't care. And because I've always been competitive, you guys. I've always had to work really hard for what I do. Like in high school, and for cheerleading, I was able to perform in the halftime show in the Citrus Bowl down in Florida. And that was by invite only, and that was because I worked really hard at what I did. I was in judo through high school, and I beat a black belt in judo. Like, just random stuff with my body, right? Because I knew I could work with my body to get where I needed to go. So, judo. And then I was invited to Philadelphia for the Miss Cheerleader of America pageant. So I went and did that in Philadelphia. This was all in high school. When I was a sophomore in high school, I flew by myself down to Florida for New Year's. And spent a week down there, performing in the halftime show, doing all kinds of stuff down there. That was awesome. And I just worked really hard. And then in college, when I started rugby at a tournament, it turns out that there were scouts there. We were playing Penn State. I'll never forget it. And after the game, the scouts approached my coach and was like, we would love for Hope to come down to Texas and play with the women's team for the U.S., and I was honored, you guys. Of course I had to go. So I went down to Texas and played with the U.S. women's rugby team. And that was intense. Like, if you have never seen a group of women that could kick your ass, go look up the U.S. women's rugby team. I promise you, like, you don't want to mess with these chicks. I'm big. So, like, I've never met a woman where, like, I was nervous, where I would, like, not want to fight her, I'm not a fighter anyway. Like, I've never been in a fight, you guys. Never. And so, like, when I was on this women's rugby team, like, I was like, dang, I'm not going to mess with any of these girls because they were all, like, duh, like me. You know what I mean? They're all like me. So I had a really good time down there. And, after that, after my first year of college, I met Adam, who is my ex. He lived down here in Ohio. I met him online, and I'm just being very open and honest with you guys because we all go through stuff, and I don't judge anybody for what they do. You know what I mean? So, and I just want all of my people to know I'm relatable too. And so, like, I met him online. I moved down here after my first year of college. I started college at Hocking College in an equine program, so horses. Like, basically, I was going to college for horses. And it was wilderness horses, so like specializing in being in the woods, you know, with nothing but a horse. Excuse me. And that landed me a job in Glacier National Park, Montana. I graduated after 2 years, and I was offered a position at Yellowstone National Park. I turned that down because Glacier National Park was going to pay me more. I'm just being open. Like, in Yellowstone, they wanted me to do like hay rides and stuff and lift a bunch of heavy stuff, and they wanted me to do mostly like wagon rides and stuff. But in Glacier, I was able to like actually be on a horse, take people out on rides and stuff. So I was a cowgirl, you guys. I was a cowgirl out in Glacier National Park. Anybody on here like riding horses? Drew, you walked, you got punched in the face? Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Yes, I'm keeping it real, you guys. Becca, I have a big passion for life, and that's why I'm on here today, because it's something I want to touch on later. Last night, I had like this scare, and like, it just made me realize how precious life is, you guys, and how fragile life is. So anyway, I was a cowgirl out in Glacier National Park, Montana, which was awesome. They had snow. I went there early June. I remember having a blizzard come through on my birthday, which is June 12th. So middle of June, we had a blizzard out there. We were shoveling snow up in the mountains. I couldn't breathe because the air pressure up there and stuff. But it was just a really awesome experience. There were bear, there were moose, elk, mountain lions. We had a bobcat walk up on us when we were doing trail maintenance. It was just amazing. I have these pictures I should put on Facebook for you guys. So I found out right before I left for Montana that I was pregnant with my first son. And so I came back early from Montana because I didn't want anything to happen to him, the hard work we were doing out there. I didn't want anything like at a certain point, you know. So I came back home, I had my son, and I had no idea what the hell I was going to do with my life. I had no idea. I didn't know how to raise a child. Like, I'm a bird. I like to, like, travel. I like to do different things. I want to experience life, you know? So when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, holy shit, what am I going to do? I don't know any, like, I'm an information junkie, so I got to know what the hell's going on, right? So I started school for elementary education. And that is because I wanted to learn about kids. And elementary is the first stage, and I wanted to make sure like I would be able to have a solid job. I'd be able to be off with them. You know what I mean? Like, it's the ultimate job in my mind, right? That's what I thought. So I started going to school for elementary ed, and I had my son Noah. Then I ended up having my second son Alex. And when Alex was still nursing, so he was less than 10 months old. Noah was like a year and a half. I ended up deciding to leave my ex. And we had been together for almost 9 years, you guys. And I just wasn't happy. And I'm not a person that can just keep wasting time waiting for my life to get happy and not do anything about it. Because I learned at a young age, talk is one thing, you guys. If you don't do something about it, nothing will change. And that's just a lesson that I had to learn early as survival up in these poor-ass mountain towns, you know, and looking out for myself because there's a lot of stuff that goes on that is crazy. You guys don't even want to know. But a lesson I learned young is if you don't do something, that could be your ass, right? And there's no time to waste. My grandpa was a preacher, and I've never honestly been to church. He gave me a Bible when I was younger and told me, you know, go start reading, learn the information for yourself. That way when you believe in something, it's because of what you learned and what you believed in. You're not following what somebody else says. You know what I mean? Because we're all made of dust. We're all people. We're all human. Nobody is better than anybody. Not one of us is better than any of us. Trump is not better than any of us. all these superstars are not better than any of us. Nobody's better than anybody. We're all flesh and bone. And that was a lesson I learned too. So I decided to leave. As hard as it was going to be, I had to get out. Are any of you guys in like a relationship that you weren't happy in? That was me. 9 years, 2 kids, and like I'm a country girl, so like I was raised like I want to get married, have a white picket fence, have a family, work a regular job, you know what I mean? So like I was loyal and tried to fight through that relationship as long as possible, but at the end of the day, I couldn't be the mom I wanted to be. I couldn't be the person I wanted to be, and I couldn't live life the way I wanted to. And I'm just not going to deal with that. So I made the decision to get out. I don't have any family in Ohio, not one. I'm 9 hours from my home, right? And I had to try to do this by myself. And so I was going to school still for elementary ed. So I was full-time student teaching at this point. And that's the last program. See, I couldn't quit college. I needed a job, right? By myself with 2 kids. So I finished school. I was in school. I was going student teaching full time. Plus I was working to make sure I could pay like rent, right? Plus I was nursing Alex, breastfeeding. Plus I had a toddler, a year and a half. And this was no family. I didn't have my mom to drop the kids off. I didn't have my sister to come over and help me. I didn't have my cousin to come, bring me something that I needed. Like, no. I fortunately had 1 or 2 people that would watch the boys, when I didn't have any other choice, right? But outside of that, like I had to figure out everything by myself. And that's why like it's hard for me to have a lot of sympathy. Sometimes like Will asks me like, Hope, why are you so hard sometimes? And it's like we go through the things we go through so we can evolve into a better person. And that's just lessons that I've learned. I'm not going to wait for somebody to take care of me. I'm not going to wait for nobody to do nothing for me because that's how I was raised. That's right, Bree. Do what's best for you. I love you, Abby. Sorry, Arby. That's right, Bree. Nobody's better than anybody. I love you guys. Yeah, so thank you. I'm a little nervous talking about myself. I don't like it. I'm not used to being so open with people. You guys, this is a whole process for me. I'm usually the quiet one. I like to people watch. I like to listen. I'm not a big talker, so I'm just excited to be on here with you guys. You guys are making me feel good, so it's all good. So, I was going to college, all of that. I finally graduated, and that's when everything changed. I needed to find a job, right? But, like, right before I graduated, Adam, my ex, filed in court behind my back, and so I had that on my plate, too. He didn't want me to be able to move away, which I understand. I tried to explain to him I would never take the boys from him. But so now I had like court to go to, a lawyer to try to afford, stress, trying to make sure like I was going to get custody of my kids. Like I was going through, plus on top of trying to pay my bills, figure out who's going to watch my boys every day. I was working 2 jobs. I was commuting to Columbus, which is an hour away. So every morning I would get up at 4 a.m., have to wake my boys up early, get them dressed while they were still sleeping, take them into daycare. As soon as daycare doors open, they would be there. And I would feel terrible. Like I felt like a terrible mom so many times because I had to give my boys to somebody else to take care of because I was working so much. And that's just not something I wanted to I didn't want to live like that. As moms, we don't want to live like that. So, sorry I'm getting emotional. I just love my kids. And so, after going through all of that, commuting, getting home after dark and picking my boys up, not being able to pay bills, I finally was offered a position with a city school in Columbus, and that's around the time I met Will. So I ended up moving up with Will into Columbus, so I didn't have to commute back and forth. I worked out an arrangement with Adam, with the boys, where I get them almost all summer. He gets them the school year, but I get them weekends and stuff. It's different. And So I had just met Will. We moved in together. He's amazing. He claimed the job for me. I got the kindergarten position at Whitehall City Schools, and I was like, okay, life's good now. Like I don't need to struggle anymore. I don't need to, none of that stuff is gonna happen again, right? And that's like what we like to tell ourselves, but at the end of the day, I started teaching and we were still living paycheck to paycheck. Teachers don't make crap. I was still stressed out because I had like a new teacher. You think it's one way and then you find out it's another, and it's just a really hard job, you guys. It's not as pretty as everyone thinks. Like, shout out to all teachers. And so I had 26 kids in my classroom, 6 of which couldn't speak English. And I had to try to teach all of these kids by myself. And on top of two of the kids had an ED, emotionally disturbed disorder, where they would like try to beat me up every day, like legit. So like inner city teaching was very stressful, okay? And I can't allow anything to kill my spirit. Like, I felt bad for these kids. I was trying to do what I could. And like Will, his position switched in his job. He was, counseling inner city kids. They ended up moving him to like a office position. And we were just miserable, you guys. Like, we weren't spending any time together or with our kids, missing out on everything, plus still living paycheck to paycheck. So we just got tired of it, and we started looking into, extra sources of income. And we got on Facebook one day, and we happened to see one of our friends post a big 6-figure check on her Facebook page. And Will happened to know these people personally because he, was roommates in college with them. And I was like, okay, we'll just call them and see what they're doing. And come to find out, his wife is working online with a health and wellness company. And I was like, well, okay, let me just try it. I felt fat. Like, I was, as we go through all those struggles, we're eating bad, we're like not taking care of ourselves. It's not a priority, right? So like, I was well over 200 pounds. I was size 18 jeans. I was like, this is very personal for me to put out, you guys, so please don't judge. And like, I was just really big and not feeling healthy, miserable, broke, like just the struggle that we all go through. And so after he found her on Facebook, we ended up calling, and she told us, she explained she was just promoting health and wellness products over her social media. And she used to be a banker, and now this is what she does full time. And I was like, okay, well, even if I can just get an extra $500 from doing this, I can do it on the side while I teach and still get the benefits and all of that, right? So we jumped right in, you guys. We jumped right in, took off. We just started working it every day like she told us to, and we ended up doing really well. And that summer, the same summer, we started this last April. And that summer, in July, we both, Will retired in June. I retired in July from teaching. We just both decided to do it full time and jump out on the limb and go, because we were doing really well and our team's doing really well, and we just knew it was the time for change. And if we could be at home doing our own thing, let's do that, right? So we started with It Works. They offer 5 different ways to get paid, and now we both make money full time at home. So we're both really excited about that, and our life is literally changing. So that is my general shell of my experience up until now. Now we have 3 dogs. We both work at home full time. We have a blue pit bull, a Saint Bernard, a Rottweiler. Our 2 boys, Will has Lily, and we're just working at home full time, just trying to spread the word that we found a better way, you guys. And I don't know if you guys saw my pictures from this morning, but I no longer feel like I'm fat. I no longer feel like I'm the biggest person around. Like, I legitly am down like three pant sizes. I'm down to almost under 200 pounds, which will be a first since high school once that happens. So I'm just really excited about that. I've been wearing dresses because I just feel better about myself. I never used to wear dresses. And I just want to share like some of the stuff that I've been using. A lot of people are curious. This live is for the curious people of our life. So First, you guys, you have to get on the greens. These are the greens. I have a whole counter full. I'm going to go through them real quick and just explain. You know, I've lost almost 40 pounds, so has Will. Greens. These are 52 of the healthiest superfoods in the world, you guys. Minerals, herbs. You can't tell me that you eat enough fruits and veggies. You can't tell me that you don't need these greens. Everybody in life should be on these because they help. What I like, the best thing that I found about them, they help with energy. They help with so many things, you guys. But cancer has been a big problem for me. Like, I have friends that are getting cancer. I have family getting cancer, diabetes too. I can't stand these diseases. I refuse to just allow my body to develop these diseases too. I am dedicated to doing something about it. And these greens, I did a lot of research. I'm the information junkie. And these greens help balance your body acidity, which cancer can't live in an alkalized body. It can't live in a body that's not acidic. What causes our body to be acidic? Soda, pop, whatever you call it. I'm from the north, so I call it soda. Bad food, drinking. It just raises your body's acidity, and these greens will help balance it, you guys. I just put 2 scoops of the greens in my juice every day. Shake it up, drink it. It's a powder form of the superfoods. This one's out. I love smelling it because they smell like fresh berries. But like, it comes with a little scoop. You can see that can is out. Need to get some more of the berry. All right, so that is one of the things that I did every day to lose the 40 pounds. Another one are these. These are a godsend. Our company found a way to absorb, these vitamins literally absorb fat and carbs out of your food before your body does. You know what that means? It means that it balances your blood glucose, helps protect you from diabetes, okay? And when we have these cheat meals, you guys know you can't eat green every friggin' day, right? Like, we gotta have a day with pasta or pizza or something. Or if you go out for a drink, you just pop 2 of these, plant-based, organic, all natural, good for you, and they will absorb the carbs and fat from your food. Amazing. I've never seen anything like it. I can send you a demo where you can see it working, because you can like crush them up and put them in some oil and water, and they will literally absorb the oil. It's crazy. So I did the greens and the fat fighters, and then the wraps, obviously. Oops. These are the wraps, you guys. These are Ultimate Body Applicators. It's a spa treatment from Europe. This little package comes with 4 of them in it. And all it is, it's a spa treatment from Europe. It values at about $300 over there. We brought it over. You can get it for a lot cheaper than that. You can get 4 of them for a lot cheaper than that. And what they do is they literally absorb, they help detox your skin, which causes you to shrink and tone. So you literally lose inches in as little as 45 minutes with these wraps, you guys. And I can share your results. I can share my results. My arm, my right arm is way smaller than my left arm because I wrapped it months ago. And this arm, I left it normal, and you can tell a big difference. If you want those pictures, just message me and I'll give them to you. So these wraps are amazing. So I literally lost the weight with the greens and fat fighters, and then I tightened and toned with these wraps, you guys. And then the defining gel. I use this every day. This stuff is awesome. This is like lotion. It gets rid of cellulite. It gets rid of scars. It helps enhance your tattoos. It's for your skin. It's like the lotion that they use in the wraps, but it's in a lotion form that you can use every single day. So this tightens and tones you too. Awesome. And then I also use our stretch mark cream. I think that's upstairs. Oh, nope, there's some. Stretch mark cream every day for my belly. Had those 2 big boys. They're almost 10 pounds a piece. So I had awful stretch marks. Will had a couple he got rid of. We can send you those before and afters too. Stretch mark cream, it works, you guys. Girls, it works. And then, let's see, we have the cleanse. Both Will and I did a cleanse. It's a 2-day cleanse. It helps you drop 5 to 7 pounds in 2 days, you guys. This is really important. It's a monthly cleanse. It makes sure your gut is cleaned out. Did you guys know, on average, people carry about 5 to 7 pounds of sludge in their gut? Just sitting there. Just sitting there. And that's why it's so important to cleanse every month. because it gets all that sludge out. Plus, it like gives you your good bacteria back into your gut to help your immune system, make sure your gut has what it needs. Will and I also love the shake. We actually we have a protein shake, you guys. It's a meal replacement. It's really good, and it helps you lose weight really quick because I mix that with some banana and peanut butter and some keto coffee. Our keto coffee is to die for. Even if you don't like coffee, you got to try this keto coffee because it's for weight loss. It helps you focus. It gives you energy, and it is amazing. It's all plant-based, non-GMO. Love it. So these are some of the products that I've been using. I'm not going to overwhelm you. We have a whole counter full here. Oh, girls, hair, skin, and nails. You guys always see my crazy hair, right? You see Will's crazy beard is because of these vitamins. All this stuff is organic. All of it's plant-based. If you want information on any of it, just let me know. I'll show you how to get a big discount, my discount on it. So, baby, what you thinking about?
Good.
Nothing? You want to say hi or no?
Say what's up to the people.
What's up to the people?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Chilling with my pack.
He's sitting there with the pack, y'all. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to introduce myself, explain my life a little bit. I got a little emotional. Sorry about that, you guys. But our kids mean a lot to us as, you know, as moms. I know it can be really hard when you go through stuff with your kids. So, I relate to all of you. I love all of you. You know, I was gonna talk about this movie we watched last night. Have you guys ever seen the new Hercules movie? Totally random, but it makes me think of what I used to. I'm a reader. I used to read books all day, every day. I grew up reading so I could escape my environment. So I liked reading so I could tell the stories in my head. And when I read, like when I watch these old school movies with like kings and peasants and stuff, I always think like, who would I have been compared to now? Like, who would I have been in this movie? Would I have been just one of those peasants in the movie? Like, would I have been one of those peasants that like offer their sons up for the war? Like, who wants to be the peasant in the movie, right? Nobody. Nobody likes to be the peasant. I want to think that I would have been on the court or royalty or something, or like doing something important. And it makes me think about life right now. Like, am I a peasant? I kind of live in like one, right? Like I'm just doing what the big group of majority people do, and I still don't get to, you know, travel. I still don't get to have influence. I still don't get to do whatever the hell I want. Like, so yeah, we're all like living a peasant life, and I just want better for all of us. Like, I want better for all of us. So please, if you're interested in making money from home, there's a way that you can start getting 6 figures a month. I promise you. Guess how many people went to the Millionaires Club in our company? Like 30 people are in the Millionaires Club in our company. That's amazing. Like, why can't that be all of us? I'm not saying like be a millionaire, because people have a hard time in dreaming big, right? Small steps. But like, even if you can make an extra $500 a month from home, from being on here on social media, like, what are we really talking about? If you could make $2,000 extra a month, what are we really talking about? If you can make $5,000, $7,000, like literally I have pay, let me show you our board so you can see that I am dead ass serious, you guys. This is our team board, right? Do you see the pay down there? Do you guys like, I don't know if I can't zoom in, can I? The thing that says executive, 200, Ruby, 500. The purple writing, that's the levels in the company, you guys, and how much they make. It doesn't even stop there. I just stopped right there so I could have goals up. But yeah, executive makes 200. That's the first level in the company. An extra $200 a month. The second level in the company, you're making $500 a month. Third level, you're making $1,200 a month. Fourth level, you're making over $2,000 a month. Like, and we could keep going and going and going. And it's because they offer 5 different ways to get paid. And it's all online. You know, it's funny because I had one person not want to order today because our products aren't available over the counter.
Everything in the world's on
She
the
would rather drive, like, get dressed, get in her car, drive to the store so she could get something over the counter instead of online. And I was just like, no judgment, like, no judgment whatsoever. But, like, if, like, your goals have to be bigger than the bullshit in your head. I'm just saying, like, I'm just being out there. Because, like, legitly, if you're telling me you want to get healthier and you want to lose weight and you want to do all these things, and I'm showing you, like, do you see my body transformation? Like, but you, like, I'm just saying, you have to have worth over yourself, you guys. Your worth has to be bigger than your excuses in life, in general. So, I just, you know, explain it's a changing world, you guys. We can order groceries and have them delivered to our doorstep. We can literally, we walked into a restaurant the other day and they had an Uber card there, like for Uber Eats. You don't even have to go out to eat at a restaurant anymore. Just have it delivered. Everything is going online, you guys. Everything. Which, by the way, I learned how to develop websites. Go to willandhope.ga. Check out the website. I am so excited about it because I think it looks awesome.
You did that.
I did do that. If you guys ever want a website, let me know. I'll walk you through it and, you know, help you out. But that's all I have today, you guys. I wanted to, right, Abby, you need to get out of your head to reach your dreams. You're right. I just want to, you know, put my life out there a little bit, go through, and hopefully touch somebody and give them some inspiration, motivation to do what they always wanted to do. You know, I get to stay at home with my Prince Charming and my 3 crazy dogs. I get to be with my kids. I get to, you know, have some freedom finally. And it's because I continuously refuse to not work hard. Like, I refuse to work hard for somebody else. From now on, I'm going to work hard for me, right? I'm not going to work hard for somebody else. I can't work my life away and wake up someday and, like, I didn't get to live my life at all. I'm not doing it. I'm just not. So if you guys want any information about what I do, you want information about the products, how it can help you too, please reach out. We are very driven. We have a lot of good, amazing people just like you on our team that are just out here trying to, you know, do better, get better, and stand for something more, you know. So I love you guys. Have an awesome weekend. I'm really excited about it. I hope, let's keep our fingers crossed, it doesn't snow. We're going to try for warm weather. And we hope you guys have a good weekend. Take care.